Gerald Lucas here with another installment of Ask Gerald, where you get your real estate questions answered. Today's question comes from Marjorie, and Marjorie writes from Kenilworth, New Jersey. And Marjorie writes, "We're buying a multifamily property. The utilities are currently not separated. Do you think we should separate the utilities?" Well, that's a very good question, Marjorie. The answer to the question is that it depends. So the first thing I would do in terms of making the decision is determining determining how much money it's going to cost to separate the utilities, get bids from multiple contractors, and then determine whether you have the money now to do the work to separate the utilities. And if you don't have the money now, then I wouldn't do it. And I would also resist the temptation to borrow money to separate the utilities, because that will add to the debt that you have to pay back, as well as the interest on the debt that you would have to pay. Now, in the event that you do have the money to separate the utilities, I would still do some analysis before actually moving forward. So you want to figure out, do the analysis and figure out how much money you expect to save monthly, quarterly, annually by separating the utilities, and then figure out how long it will take you to recoup the investment based on the cost to separate the utilities, right? So the savings you get, and then how long it'll take you to recoup. And if it's a short period of time, then it probably makes sense to do the work and separate the utilities. If it's a longer period of time, say, I don't know, 5-10 years or more, then you got to think about how long you intend to keep the property and whether it's worth it to make the investment to separate the utilities. Lastly, you should consider the demand for the apartment units that you're renting in your multi-family, right? So as a landlord, you can't control demand. And so look at the apartments that you're renting and look at the other similar apartments in your local real estate market. And if there are other apartments that, of course, you're competing with, then you got to consider whether those landlords offer free utilities as well, because you're competing with them. And it may be to your benefit to offer your apartment with utilities included in the rent, because it may allow you to get a tenant faster, right? So you make more money that way, and you may be able to charge a higher rent by having the utilities included, which would offset the additional cost of having to pay for the utilities, and it'll also save you the money of actually doing the construction to separate the utilities as well. So most things in life and investing are situational. So rather than assuming that you have to pay to separate the utilities, do the analysis first and then make an informed decision. So thanks for your question, Marjorie. For more real estate tips and information, visit my blog at geraldlucas.com. I'm Gerald Lucas, and I'll see you again soon.